tell us about how you came to faith?
I mean, very briefly, I was, after I left school, I went and worked in a bush school in Kenya, about 80 miles north of Nairobi in the foothills of Mount Kenya. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. Just glorious. And it was what they called a Harambee school, so it was supported by the local community, so unbelievably primitive conditions. I mean, really, really basic conditions. And I was head of history. Pretty good that at the age of 18. I was the only person in the history department, mind. And I went, and the headmaster was an extraordinary man. He'd been interned by the British during the Mau Mau emergency, which all those long years ago was only 16 years earlier, on the site where the school had subsequently been built. And he was totally unbearable. And I found someone, having gone to chapel morning and evening for years, and the only thing that really struck me as exciting was when the headmaster fell out of the pulpit. And never done anything except homework behind my hymn book. I found myself talking to someone who was full of the love of Christ. And I came back to England after 7 months, went to university, tried to get away from it all. In my second year, someone explained to me that on the cross, Jesus Christ had died for my sins and shortfallings and the sins of the whole world so that I could know God. And that was one evening in October, funnily enough, actually, 7th of October, it was 12th. Some people it's a gradual thing. For me, it was a point.
So you had one of those Big Bang conversions?
Yes, I suppose that's one way of putting it.
Because sometimes people get very jealous of that, because there are people who almost drift into it and they want that before-after thing that you.
Well, yes, I've always. I mean, it's about the only. I'm being lured into saying many things that I probably wouldn't have wanted to say, but I think one of the things is I'm not a great person for huge emotional experiences of religious moment. But that was a point where it was clear that I'd come to the point where I either had to say yes or no, and I said yes. I also asked the person I prayed with never to tell anybody about it. And something happened. God was present in a way and began to work in a way, and looking back I was incredibly naive about lots of things, deeply certain and incredibly naive at the same time. It's a pretty lethal combination. And God began to work in a way in my life through Jesus that was extraordinary, and that was a turning point.
And why did you, to go back